बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम अस्सलाम वालेकुम वेलकम अगेन। हमारी अगली वीडियो का टॉपिक है मॉनिटर देयर इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स। वी नो इन दिस टाइम एंड एज, जिस ज़माने में हम रह रहे हैं इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स के बगैर गुजारा नहीं है। अगर हम अपने बच्चों को इलेक्ट्रॉनिक्स ना भी देना चाहें तो स्कूल रिक्वायर्स दैम, दे नीड इट फॉर देयर स्कूल वर्क, देयर कॉलेज वर्क, even to get connected to their friends. People don't call anymore, they use Snapchat, or they use text messages, Instagram, etc. So children need it, of course, and we cannot deny the importance of social media and electronics and all those modern gadgets that exist out there. They come very handy. However, there are lots of risks that come with all these facilities that we have. And one of the ways to make sure that your kids are somehow you are in control of your children's electronics is that you have to monitor them. तो मेरे घर में जो असूल था, सबसे पहले तो मैंने ये किया कि I made sure that my kids don't have their cell phones at very early age in their lives. It was hard. It was a battle that we had to fight every day. My kids were going to a private school, and when my daughter was in fourth grade, girls in her high school, in her elementary school, had cell phones. Obviously, they came from very prestigious families. They were very well off, and sometimes those parents just get their kids whatever they ask for. This is not because you can't afford them. You have to make sure the kids don't have access to something that they absolutely, until they absolutely need it. I didn't think my children needed a cell phone at that young age. Then they went into middle school. It was a new battle. Everybody has a cell phone in middle school, and I said, well, you're not everybody, and everybody is not my children. I don't care what everybody does. All I care is what you guys do. And yes, बहुत मुश्किल होता था बच्चों के साथ fight करना, and I used to feel sorry for them because they probably felt like they were not cool enough because everybody in their classes and in their schools had those gadgets and they didn't have any way of connecting with them. अगर उनको किसी दोस्त के घर जाना होता था तो I would say get their phone number, I would call their parents. And I used to call the moms and ask them, if their daughter can come over, if my daughter can come over, or my son can go over, and this is how we communicated. Sometimes my kids used my phone to talk to their friends, which is perfectly fine because I can go back and see the history, what they did on my phone, and that was okay. But my rule was until you're in high school, there's no cell phone. But I kind of broke my rule a little bit earlier. My daughter had her first cell phone, which was used, and she paid her own money for it. And we got it from Facebook Marketplace. But she was almost done with her middle school, and she was going into high school. She wasn't in high school yet. It was right before her summer break when she was about to graduate, and I figured, it's close enough. And my son, same way. He was obviously younger, so he had his phone a little bit earlier because things are getting more and more advanced, and sometimes they need it in school. But I did stick to it as much as I could. But once they had their electronics, they had iPads and stuff before. My husband made sure that he put lots of filters on their electronics. Lots of the websites were restricted. They did not have access to their electronics past certain time. At 9 o'clock, everything would shut off. They could not use the internet. They could not play on their phones. They couldn't do anything on their iPads when they were young. And when they got older, we have Verizon service. जो लोग अमेरिका में रहते हैं उनको पता है कि it's one of the biggest, largest carrier of cell phone data provider. Sorry. They also have services that they sell now. So I bought an app from them, which was like $5 a month. You can get the enhanced version, which will cost you $10. And you can restrict so many things on their phone. And my daughter is in college, my son is in high school, and their electronics are still restricted till this day. There are lots of websites they can't access. They have a time limit. We have unlimited data plan, which means they can use as much as phone and data they want. But I put restrictions on their data usage per month by using the Verizon app. So there are so many things out there. I'm sure there are free apps out there that you can use if you don't want to pay $5 or $10 a month. Some people just can't, just don't want to pay that extra money, which is completely understandable. Um, but just make sure, don't just buy a phone or a laptop or any gadget or iPad or their tablet and just hand it to them and here, go have fun. It's very dangerous, very dangerous. You have to make sure that your kids are protected. There are filthy, nasty people out there. I'm sorry, but they are putting all kind of stuff on social media. They're doing all kind of creepy things. And kids are innocent. वो बेचारे मासूम होते हैं, young होते हैं, उनका इतना experience नहीं होता, and they could get trapped. So you have to make sure that that your kids are their electronics are being monitored, and that's where keeping their doors unlocked comes in. In my previous video, if you haven't watched it, I mentioned that my kids are not allowed to lock their doors from inside. That's one of the reasons, because we don't know who the creep is sitting out there trying to stalk your children or stalk your family and try to trap them in some kind of nonsense behavior. So you have to make sure that your kids are safe, they're protected, they're not making mistakes which cannot be undone in the future. So be a smart and alert parent. This is just a small tip that I wanted to share with you guys. Please give me your comments in the comment section below and share your thoughts with me. If you have any good ideas, please share with me as well. We can definitely make a video on it together. My friends who live in my town, they know who I'm talking about. We can do a podcast together and discuss some of these things and some of these precautions that you took as a parent to protect your children. And we can take it from there. It'll be something new to try. Until next video, Allah Hafiz.